So I'm going to tell you about the stupidest thing that I've seen on a gun in quite a while. Now this is not a gun that I actually own. This is a gun that I saw at a gun show. It's one that I had actually been looking at getting because it's something that interested me. This gun would be a Heritage Roughrider. Now this is a 22 long rifle revolver. It's a single action gate loader. This is basically meant to look like a Colt single action Army. It's going to be something akin to this, just smaller because it's 22 instead of 45 long Colt. But there was something really stupid on it, and I mean not a little bit stupid, but this thing is just mind-bogglingly stupid, and I'll tell you what it is and why I think it's there. Now, just as a refresher for some of you and many of you that aren't familiar with a lot of different guns, I'm going to show you how a single action revolver works here. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and visually check here that I am unloaded because I'm going to have to dry fire it. We've got nothing in there in any of the cylinders. Okay, you got it like this. If you pull the trigger on it right now, it's not going to do nothing. It can't do anything at the moment. What has to happen is you have to cock the hammer back. Once you cock the hammer back, if you pull that trigger, it'll fall forward and fire. If I had a live round in there, it would have fired. Of course, it was empty, so it didn't. And that's exactly how it is. It has to be cocked for it to fire. Now that's going to be different than a semi-auto pistol. A semi-auto pistol, like this guy here, which once again, this doesn't have a magazine in it, and we can see there, very clearly empty. This guy, when the trigger is pulled, and you'll hear it here because it's all inside, this will probably pick up on the mic. You could hear that firing pin go there. So you don't have to do anything for it to fire. Now if there was a round in there, it would have automatically bounced the bolt back there for you. So now that I've showed you how both of these work, what is it that I saw on this Heritage Roughrider that is so stupid? What I saw on the Heritage Roughrider that is stupid is a manual safety. You can see it on there just to the left of the hammer on the back. Okay, why is a manual safety on a single action revolver stupid? Well, you can have manual safeties on a lot of different firearms, such as this pistol here that I just showed you. But we've got a safety right here on it. It's in fire right now. We'll go put that up to safe, and when we pull the trigger, nothing happens there because safety's on. So it takes a very deliberate action to put that into a position to where if we pull it here, it'll fire. And that's why there are safeties on a lot of semi-autos, because you can just pick it up and fire. It's pretty much ready to go. You don't have to do anything to it to make it go. It takes no deliberate action to get it ready to fire other than just pulling the trigger, which is why they have a safety on it, so you could put it on safe if you felt like it, so that you then have to do something to make it fire. A single action revolver, you already have to do a very deliberate action to get it ready to fire, and that action is cock the hammer. You have to cock the hammer for it to be able to fire. That is why it's mind-bogglingly stupid to have a manual safety on a single action revolver, because that is your safety. Nobody carries it around like this. You don't sit it around in this state. You always sit it around in that decocked position right there. Or you might have it sitting one notch back just to keep it off of the firing pin. Some of the old ones, the hammer sat right on the firing pin, and a good bump could set it off. So a lot of them have a safety notch in there to keep it off of that. This one has a block in there to stop that. But you don't need a safety on it because you've got the hammer, which is a safety. So why is there a manual safety on the Heritage Roughrider? And my answer to that is going to be someone that doesn't know anything about guns making decisions about guns. They decided this gun doesn't have a safety. It needs a safety. Guns have to have safeties. But if they knew anything about guns, they would know the hammer is the safety. It doesn't need one. It's single action. I mean, they've been making variants of this gun since 1873, and it hasn't had a safety on it, maybe because it didn't need one. So that is the stupid thing that just completely kind of blew my brain when I saw it because of the sheer stupidity of it. And I ended up kind of moving up and buying a different 22 pistol, not a revolver, but something else instead. And if I end up getting a something like a Heritage Roughrider or another 22 single action revolver, I'm probably going to get either an older Heritage that doesn't have the safety on it, or go with like a Ruger Wrangler or something and get one of those instead of getting one that's got the stupid safety on it there that doesn't need to be there and just kind of looks idiotic. So if you found this video interesting, be sure to give it a thumbs up and a like. You can go down into the comment section and let me know what you thought about it there. You can also subscribe to my channel and click the little bell notification to make sure that you catch all the videos that I post so you don't miss anything. I'm Jeremy with Poindexter G, and we'll see you next time.